Hello everyone, welcome to InnerVet. Today we are talking about what we have to do to work in the US as a veterinarian. So we're gonna discuss every step that we have to go through to validate our degrees here and everything that I've learned in my process, which has been really long and frustrating, but we'll get into that and I'll give you all the details about the whole program and the few options that you have. This channel is all about pets, so don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my videos. And we'll be discussing a lot of things about getting your degree validated here and a lot of things about veterinary medicine in the US. So yep, keep an eye on my channel so you don't miss any of those. Okay, first things first, I'm Gabby and I'm a veterinarian from Chile. I moved here to the US, specifically Texas, about 2 years ago, and right now I'm in the process of validating my degree so I can work as a veterinarian in the US. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very long process and sometimes frustrating, but we're gonna discuss all of the steps that you need to do so you can accomplish your dreams just like me. Because yeah, don't let anybody tell you that you can't and that it's impossible, because nothing is. If you want to do this, you need to fight hard for it. So I wish you the best of lucks and let's get into it. Okay, so one of the first steps to validate your degree as a veterinarian is going through the ECFVG program or the PAVE program. So if you go to the ECFVG Program AVMA website, you're going to find this website over here that's going to guide you and give you all the step-by-step process. So we're going to break it down and explain each point. This video is going to be a little bit more general about every step, but I'm going to do a series called How to Work as a Veterinarian in the US, and that's going to have a video for each step, specifically explained and mentioning every detail that you must know. That way we don't make this video super long, because there's a lot of information that you need to know. So step number 1 will be the registration and proof of graduation, and this is going to be the initial step. Even if you do the ECFVG program or the PAVE program, you still have to go through this step no matter what. And basically this is how the AVMA knows that you graduated from a university that's at least recognized by the AVMA. So in the step number 1 is going to tell you all the documents that you need to get and everything that they will ask you to provide. But before we do even any of this, we need to know if our university is recognized by the AVMA. And how do we do that? They have a list called AVMA ECFVG listed veterinary colleges, and if your university, college, school where you graduated from is not included in this list, then you need to request your university. If it's not included, they're not going to let you enroll in the program, whether it's the ECFVG or the PAVE program. And this is something very important to consider. If your university is included in this list, it doesn't mean that your university is accredited or approved or certified or anything like that from the AVMA. It just means that at least your university is recognized by the AVMA so you can enroll in this program and validate your degree here. This is something that a lot of people get confused with, because getting your university accredited by the AVMA, it's a whole different process and a very long process, and it has nothing to do with the ECFVG or the requirements to validate your degree. So even though it makes it easier, it's not something that you can start. What you can do is request your university to be included in this list and recognized by the AVMA. If you go check that list, it's going to take you to this website and it has a PDF form, and in this one we can check every country and every single city of that country that has a university that's recognized by the AVMA. In my case, I'm still stuck in this process, but I'm gonna leave that story for another another video because it's very long. But yeah, in my case is Chile, so I'm gonna look for my country here, and then these are the different cities that have a university that's recognized by the AVMA. So people that graduated from these universities are able to enroll in this program and start the process. And again, if your school is not included in this list, you have to request it. Probably means that no one has requested it yet, but the tedious thing is that you're gonna be the one requesting it for the first time. So we're also gonna go over this subject in another video, in which I'm gonna include my issue right now with the program and why I'm stuck in this step. Step number 2 is going to be the English proficiency. So in this step, we need to take an exam that's going to prove our language ability. And in my case, I took the TOEFL, but you also have these 2 options to take. And I would recommend to take this test when you're already enrolled in the program, because like I said, I'm stuck in the first step of this program and I'm not able to enroll yet. And your TOEFL test results only last 2 years. So I need to make sure to enroll in the program and finish the program before those 2 years if I don't want to have to take the TOEFL again and pass the test again. So moving on to the next step, it's going to be taking the BCSE, which is the Basic and Clinical Science Examination. And like the name says, this is a test that measures your basic and clinical science knowledge. And some people say that it's very similar to the NAVLE, but I haven't taken that test yet, so I can't say it from my experience. This is a 4-hour computer-based exam, and it has 225 questions in total. And then after you pass this test, you have to provide your surgery documentation. You'll find a paragraph for that over here, and I'm also attaching all of these documents in the description, so don't forget to go down below and click on them. But basically, the surgical experience documentation that they're asking for is a proof of having performed in a 5-year period at least 1 space surgery as the primary surgeon, and also at least 5 additional surgical procedures as either the primary surgeon or an assistant surgeon. And then it provides a little bit of detail saying that the surgical procedure has to be the entire surgical procedure, like for example the aseptic procedure and the gowning and gloving and drapes and everything. And also, very important, these validation documents are only accepted if they come from 1 or more veterinarians that are licensed to practice veterinary medicine. And then after you provide all of these documents and you pass the BCSE test, then you're able to take the CPE. The CPE test is the Clinical Proficiency Examination, and it measures your clinical skills. And it's a 3-day test with 7 sections, and it's hands-on clinical skills examination. So they're gonna have you performing the procedures and surgeries and monitoring anesthesia and all of that while they're evaluating you. I've heard that this test is the most difficult one, and not only because of the test, also because it's very hard to find a available spot to actually take the test. In all the forums and articles that I've been reading, there's a lot of negative comments saying that ever since the pandemic, the AVMA have been really behind on everything that has to do with the validation process, and the CPE is the main problem because you just can't find an available spot. And there are some people that are even like selling their spots, which I think it's not legal and not even possible. But yeah, we're in this together, so as soon as I move on to my steps, I'm gonna be telling you all about what I've learned and things that I've heard. And since all of these issues have been happening with the CPE test, there's also another option where you can take the BCSE, and as soon as you pass the BCSE, you can now apply for the NAVLE. I'm gonna open the website over here, and I'm gonna also include it in the description so you can click on the link. But basically, you can take the NAVLE and you can get a temporary license as a veterinarian while you complete the ECFVG program, waiting for that CPE availability. The NAVLE only has testing windows, so make sure to check your test timelines and your organization so you can have all of your dates lined up and you don't get any surprises. So that is what I know about about the ECFVG program in a general summary of all the steps that you have to go through, but I'm gonna be making videos about each step individually and commenting any new things that I learn in the process. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon because I'll be posting videos every week and you don't want to miss any of them. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, don't forget to leave a comment down below.